I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Please buy my course, everyone. 20,000, 30,000, maybe even 45,069 cents. Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term boglehead investor with also some individual stocks. I'm a long-term boglehead investor again. Author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. And, oh my God, have you seen China? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Chinese stocks are mooning my booning. Why? Well, it seems like those communists, people keep saying they're just a bunch of communists, bro. Oh my God, they're gonna nationalize all the companies and, destroy your stocks and make them go to zero. Apparently the Chinese government now seems to want to support all of their tech stocks that have been beaten down. Now, this is what I like to talk about every once in a while. I'm a boglehead. I buy index funds, but I screw around with some individual stocks. And if I had to buy individual stocks, I would be a value investor. Now, what's happening in China is very interesting. So Chinese stocks have been freaking wrecked. Everything that could possibly go wrong has gone wrong. Pandemic, lockdowns, crackdowns, fears of delisting, the VIE structure. It was just freaking bad for the longest time. And Chinese stocks got annihilated. If you go look at the 5-year chart of BABA, it's bad. I mean, holy freaking crap. Now me, I like to look at a company's financials. I know Jeremy does the same thing because he's much smarter than I am and he's much more educated. And when I look at these companies, BABA, JD, my 80, Tencent, my Vincent, holy crap. These companies are massive steals from a fundamental basis. Now, the fears about these companies is, like I said, I already mentioned them. China, crackdowns, communism. My fundamental thesis about China, and it's 100% correct, is that it is not a communist country. Why would they support freaking markets, clowns, if it's a communist country? Communists love to support their big tech firms that are purely capitalist. Not communist in the slightest. And it's growing much, 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 much faster than the United States of America. America had their century, okay? And I love America. Some of you people call me a traitor because I buy Chinese stock. But the funny thing is, I actually served in the U.S. military. I actually saw combat. I was an officer. I went to Afghanistan. But I'm just a traitor. I hate the United States. But all you people, you sitting on your little desk and your little keyboards, yeah, you're freaking heroes. And you love America so much. Even though you probably never joined the military. Freaking losers. But China is going to surpass the United States at some point, 100%. They have over 1 billion people in the country. Their economy is growing faster. They are a capitalist country with, well, you could call them fascist. Strong central government that, can meddle in affairs. But we can do that too in the United States. The United States had their century. I say this over and over again. USA, we fought World War II. The rest of the world was freaking destroyed. Europe was leveled. China was an afterthought back then. And the United States was the only game in town. And half the world was under communism. Actual communism, not freaking joke communism that we have now. And of course, the United States benefited from that. And we did very freaking well. But at a certain point, just like a stock, the United States can't grow at these massive rates forever and ever. At a certain point, you hit a limit. And this will happen to every country in the world. So now, the United States is entering, we're in the 2000s, right? The century of the 20th millennium. And going forward, I think Asia is going to be much, much, much better, at least from an economic standpoint, than the United States, or it's going to grow faster. I'm not going to say it's going to be better living standards. So I look at this and I say, okay, China's capitalist. Their economy is growing faster. They're the second largest economy in the world. They have these massive, highly profitable tech giants. And all you clowns are selling the stocks because you're trying to think of every possible reason to sell them. But the ultimate reason you're selling these stocks is because the stocks went down 100 freaking %. Why are you buying Tesla? It went up. Why are you selling Chinese stocks? Because they went down. Simple as that. I don't want to hear your freaking crap. Because if you look at it from a common sense perspective, which I use this all the time, you have to do valuations, but also use the common sense factor. That actually will help you in your analysis. And Wall Street is not good at common sense either. I 100% think they're idiots when it comes to that. Look at the common sense. China is not a bad deal. Now, am I telling you to go all in Chinese stocks? No, not at all. No. What I think you should do is match your tax advantage accounts and buy total world stock market index funds. However, if you want to speculate, maybe you should consider China. I don't know. Now, don't get too excited about this run-up because short-term fluctuations don't matter. It's all about the long-term thesis. The Chinese stocks are up. When I saw BABA this morning in the pre-market, it was up 11%, something like that. And I've made, a couple grand on my investment. I mean, well, overall, I'm still down, but I'm up a couple grand. But in the long run, what I think is going to happen in 5-10 years from now, this whole thing that we've been going through, the pandemic, the crackdowns, it's going to be an afterthought. China is going to be a much, much larger economy. Tesla's going to be zero. I'm just kidding. And Chinese stocks would probably reflect that, okay? Unless there's like a war and then we're in trouble. So there's also risks. But that's my fundamental thesis. So don't get too excited about today. But I want you to really, really consider what it takes to actually be an individual stock picker. You need to look at the market, look at areas of the market that you think are wrong, that you think the market is pricing incorrectly, and you need to buy. And you need to actually buy for fundamental reasons, okay? You got idiots on YouTube that don't buy for fundamental reasons. They buy pump and dump stocks all the time. Jeremy's a perfect example. I talk about him all the time. What does he do? He buys freaking highly unprofitable, share diluting, speculative trash. And why? Because it's the future. But he doesn't use common sense, all right? So that's the lesson for today. Don't get too excited. And the funny thing is, a lot of you people will probably go ahead and start buying BABA when it goes up. Let's say BABA goes back to $200, has a massive bull run. That's when Wall Street will start buying. Oh, Wall Street! Yeah, we're so smart. Meanwhile, old strong man was just dollar cost averaging the whole time. I got some shares at 70 something or 80. I got shares at, 90. I've been buying pretty consistently. Not a huge part of my portfolio, but I look at those. When those stocks were plummeting like that, I was like, this is the dumbest thing I have ever freaking seen. I don't understand this. This does not make sense. Massive economy, massively growing, capitalist, massive profitable companies, and they're getting wrecked like this? That doesn't make sense, okay? So that's my thoughts. You do what you want to do, but I'm not like these other YouTubers. You see, if BABA goes through a massive run, let's say, or Chinese stocks go through a massive run, let's say BABA goes back to 300. Well, I would more than 2x my money at that point. I could start a YouTube grift where I just pump BABA, my ABBA over and over and over again. But unlike these other YouTubers, no matter where BABA goes, I'm still going to have the same message. You should max your tax advantage accounts and buy total world stock market index funds. But you look at somebody like, Kevin's guilty of this. Jeremy's guilty of this. A lot of YouTubers are guilty. They all got their fame from La Tesla Futura, because it went up massively. But my plan is to just resist the pull of just pumping Chinese stocks if they do recover and go up and up and up and up, because I could definitely take advantage of you people, 100%. You don't think I could sweep in a bunch of young, impressionable investors and just talk about how BABA's going to the moon when it does eventually? Of course I could, but that's wrong, because at a certain point, I think BABA will be massively overvalued if it goes through a massive bull run. And you know what I'll probably do, ladies and gentlemen? Let's say BABA went to $400. If BABA went to $400, oh my God, I would sell that in a heartbeat. in a freaking heartbeat, because then it would be massively overvalued. But that's kind of my plan. So, interesting day. We'll see what happens. Maybe this is the start of the bull run. Maybe not. I don't know. But long term, I think I'm going to make a lot of money on these stocks. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to sell them eventually. And I'm going to go on a vacation. Okay, I'm going to take my wife and 2 kids. And we're going to go and do a tour of Asia. Or maybe Europe. And I will thank all you clowns that sold these stocks at massively low valuations to allow me to buy them. So that's it. I'm going to work. And y'all have a wonderful day. Cheers!